let me just test this out. Okay. Turn off this light. Oh, am I on live? Can you see on yours? Am I on live? Okay, good. Because this stupid internet with the Samsung phone, their fucking updates just did not. So I'll just use that. Come on, sugar, come upstairs. Okay. Woo-hoo. Woo. All right, give me 1 minute. Don't mind my room. So, yeah. So, I'll tell you. Friday, I had a lot of things going on Friday. We finalized some stuff that we're waiting. We're going to be waiting for the final outcome in like 10 months. And so that'll be good. So I was out on Friday, like out and about. And no, I didn't wear a mask because at this point, it's not going to matter. Yes, masks will help for those that are really needing to lessen their viral load so they can handle the environment as well will handle their life. But either you're going to have to be cured or you're going to have to recover from home. And you're going to have to recover at home. So I went out. So we took care of that stuff at the city. And then we went out to breakfast on Friday. And my husband needed to take a nap. And I think I might have done a video. I don't know if I did a video on Friday. I think I did a video in the morning. And so then Saturday I went shopping for food. No, I didn't wear a mask. Oh, but you know what? Friday afternoon, that's right. Friday afternoon, I was coughing. Now I'm trying to remember. I was coughing a lot. I was blowing my nose. I was coughing. Blowing my nose and coughing. And then Saturday, I went to go do some shopping because my husband was really tired. He was supposed to go fishing on Saturday morning, but he was really tired. So I think whatever restaurant and whatever we did on Friday, both just knocked us out. And so we went to bed early on Friday, and then Saturday I had to go and do some shopping because he was still sleeping, and I didn't want to make him get up and do it. So I did it. I wore a mask for the most part. Sort of. Well, yeah, a little bit. And then I came home, and then I was knocked the hell out. And I'm telling you, yes, you're gonna figure out very quickly that once you're not cured and you're in an open system, you're going to have to release those little demons. It's called mucus. This mucus is insane. And you'll know when you are mucusing up, you have a lot of poop in your system that needs to come out because the alimentary canal. Remember, the alimentarius, the codex alimentarius. God, I hear the sirens out there. Is what they're trying to control. Who's they? The WHO, the CDC, the FDA, all the different governmental institutions all over the world. They understand the alimentary canal, and that is through your mouth all the way to your anus. And if there's any blockages in between, you have metabolic disorders. And so that's why modern medicine comes in and does the nip and the tuck and the programming of your immune system to then fight the T cells and B cells that are trapped in between your mouth and your anus. And so that's why it's so important to understand that open systems will not get cancer. It's the closed systems that will get cancer and disease and chronic illness. And then all the drugs accelerate the aging process. And so, yeah, last night I was coughing, I was sneezing, coughing, blowing my nose, and yeah, your body has to let it all out. And let me tell you, your body has to let it out. If it doesn't let it out, it'll turn into some bad stuff later on. I'm telling you. You can get away with being cured and not feeling anything for only so long. But again, when you get exposed to new viral variants, it'll be like you got fertilized by a bunch of viruses, and yeah, you'll get bloated. Just so you know, why you see the fluctuations in my face when I get exposed to a new virus, it's called fertilization. And when you get fertilized by a virus, you will be bloated. But if you are cured under some kind of drugs or under the influence, then you won't feel what these viruses are doing to you. And maybe you'll steadily gain weight, which you see in people. They have gained so much weight, or they will lose like so much weight. And that's the other side of it. And that's the thing with metabolic disorders, is that you will either gain weight progressively unless you know how to release your own pressure, or you will lose a lot of weight, and then you won't feel anything because you're under the influence. That's why pot has been legalized. I mean, I'll just put it plain as day. They who's the system, because the drug culture way back in the 1960s, they did all the experiments with the LSD and the mushrooms and all the different cocaines and the meths and the pot, the major pot, turned everybody into love, love, love. Then you had just an explosion of children and sex and all that. And so the family was still revered. There's still a nuclear family, but there's the other side of it, which was conflicting with the family, which was the drug culture and the different anti-family culture. Because you had the conservatives versus the liberals. And the liberals were like more of the anti-family culture, but not really, but sort of. Then you had the conservatives are really heavily into the family. And so even though there were some middle of the road moderates, it's still a fight. It's still that dichotomy of plus versus minus. And that's what you're seeing right now, is the plus versus minus, or positive versus negative. And then why our society was constructed the way it was, why we had the linear programming with the Bible, with politics, religion, and science, why there needed to be a platform to work from, why they probably had to compartmentalize the sperm and the egg and have a specific phenotypical characteristic, such as breasts and a womb, versus, one that doesn't, has an inverted vagina, which is basically a man. Okay? And so that is a whole person. A man and a woman is a whole person. And then society, or our system, split them apart and study their behaviors. Okay? Because when you think about these viruses, they are a whole entity that are going to go and upgrade whatever parts of your body that it's targeted to upgrade. And so it's only when it needs to split apart is when, of course, it needs to divide, right? And so that's the cell replication, the division, and then the multiplication, division, multiplication. And so then if the body telomerically cannot lengthen, if it can't prolong someone's life telomerically, then it goes and triggers the reproductive system, which then you can produce a baby, which is why people get pregnant in our society, because everyone's under a lifespan. And so when you're under a lifespan, then your reproductive system isn't going to get cured or triggered. And so until you actually can't have a child anymore. And this is just crazy. I've been doing this, relieving the pressure, and I have like eye flutters here. I was up and down last night with my dog. I mean, she's acting really awesome. I mean, actually better than she was, because she was really lethargic, where she could barely get up the stairs, and I had to help her do that. And to now where she's like going around in circles, and again, like before, but she's gaining pressure and gaining endurance. She's eating more on her own. Her poops are actually voluminous, and they're not too sectioned. They actually are bigger. And so, and I do take her for the walks in the morning. I know she wants to go and just go full stride, but it's just the gravel and all that stuff. And so at some point, she'll go full stride when we get that property, which will be bigger. But I do give her enough where she really can get that poop out, and then she can stretch her legs and stuff. And her fur is really soft. So, she's she still has trouble getting in the bed, but she's okay. She's like a puppy, okay? So it's looking up with my dog. Things are looking up. Things are great with me. It's just these damn viruses. And even though I know, like, I know what it's going to take for me to go out there, I'll have fun when I'm out there. It's when I come home, it's going to be a bitch. And so I was only out for like half a day on Friday. And I went to a restaurant, okay? And I went into an office for like a minute. And I went to a restaurant for like half an hour. And so, and it was full of older people. So it took me like, for the most of this whole weekend, to recover. So if I go to a party or if I go to hang out with a bunch of people for a day, it'll probably take me a couple of weeks to recover. Maybe. It might take me a week. I don't know. It might take me a week to recover because just being out on Friday, I feel finally okay today. I'm still a little like, but yesterday I could not stay awake. I went to the store to get food, but I woke up after blowing my nose and coughing out a bunch of stuff. Didn't even drink coffee. I went to freaking Walmart to go get my items I needed for the week because I had some kind of food for the week. And then I came home and I just crashed out. And I would get up and I would crash. I'd get up and I would crash. And so finally I was up around 5 and we had dinner and stuff. And I made some kind of dinner last night. And then I went to bed and it was stormy last night. It was storming so hard, like thunder, lightning, everything. So it's no joke out there. It is no freaking joke. When you have an open system, you will feel everything. When you have a closed system, you won't feel anything until retroactive, or you see yourself getting bigger and bigger and bigger, or smaller and smaller and smaller, or turning to all of your different distractions more and more and more. And that's what's happening with people, is that since they can't feel anything because they're under the influence, they just turn to their distractions until you can't ignore it anymore, until it becomes a diagnosable condition. And so, yeah, so that's kind of like, that's the world that I'm living in right now, okay? I have to really, microbially, I have to really make careful transactions as far as microbes, because taking on a lot of negative to a positive like this, it's a lot to recover. It's a lot of energy to convert. It's all about energy conversion. And that's exactly what our world is about, is energy conversion. And how we explain it through politics, religion, and science, and through the stories and the movies and all of that. And so, yeah. So anyways, that's gonna be the main thing about my book. It's about thermodynamics. It's about energy conversion. You know, if your body is closed, you won't convert energy properly. When your body's open, you'll have to feel the energy conversions, and it's the mucus. It's everything that you've been taking medicines for, and it will atrophy your alimentary canal. That's how people are getting bigger and bigger and bigger, or smaller and smaller and smaller, because they have metabolic disorders from the glitchy viral programming trapped in parts of their alimentary canal. And so when you blow your nose and you fart, you know there's clear communication. Whenever I blow my nose so hard, I fart. When my dog, when she sneezes, she farts at the same time. And that's a sign of clear communication. When it hurts to blow your nose so hard because you feel the pressure in your ears or other places, you know you have blockages, you know you have issues. That's why people are so afraid of blowing their nose really hard. They're so afraid of getting mucus, and they're so afraid of farting and pooping. But if you don't figure out your alimentary canal, it will figure you out, and it will control you, and it will cannibalize you. And so that's the nature of this game here. Good luck, everybody. But it is aggressive out there. Very aggressive. The world is not what you think. Time to wake up. Literally, time to wake up. All right, bye.